Hi, welcome to the Prosper Code Training. I'm your host, Terri Pace, and I'm so happy that you're here with us. Today is the beginning of week 3, I think, right? We had our kickoff call and weeks 1 and 2. So the intentions for tonight's call is that we're going to go through, what's working, right? It's always important for us to focus on what skills we're gaining, right? Because we do make improvements, but we don't always give ourselves credit. So what's working? I'll invite you to share some reflections on, some of the tasks or activities, the concepts that were introduced in the lessons that we did this week. And we're going to forward-looking, we're going to review some of the concepts in lessons 5 and 6. And then, take some time to give you some personalized guidance on your plan, right? Remember, this webinar workshop series is really about kind of laying out what is the Cash the Code program and what happens during each week, like giving you the big picture, right? Walking you through it. The Prosper Code course is a self-directed program. So it starts now and it ends whenever you want it to. The lessons are laid out in a week by week, day by day, but you choose whether you want to fast forward that or whether you want to slow it down to fit into your lifestyle. So, this course is kind of staying on track week by week. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed if you're not doing it week by week. There's no deadlines except the ones that you set for yourself. So that was one of the first things we did in our kickoff call, is to say, what do I agree to do, right? How much time per week am I going to commit to building my business? And am I 100% in, right? Are you committed to your own success despite life's situations? Right? We all have things that pop up. Probably one of the most inspiring stories was when the Hintzes were running a Polishing Diamonds Club. They called it PDC. And there were groups of different people, 5 or 6 individuals per group. And you had a certain amount of enrollments that the 5 or 6 members had to do each week. And at the end, they had a big prize. And, Debbie Nuzzi, she had a team of people, and while it was going on, her father was hospitalized. He was very sick. He actually died, and her team was still the winner. Her team rallied around her. Pat, were you on that team, right? It was the most inspiring thing because, despite the fact that life was happening while she was doing this program, right? As a team, as a group, we're committed to the success, to the outcome, right? I myself have had sort of a little bit of a revelation, right? My own surgery a couple months ago, and just as I was coming out of that recovery, my son went into the hospital and had the same surgery, 25 days in the hospital. Life was happening, and every time that happens, right? For me, it's a life or death experience. For Debbie Nuzzi, it was life or death. And I disconnect from life, from everything. Anything that's trivial in any way, I let go of. And I'm like, okay, I just can't do trivial, right? I've just went through almost losing my son, and I can't do things, right? And so sharing an oil or sending an email or posting on Instagram or Facebook, they felt so trivial that I didn't do them. And only recently, I started really reflecting on re-engaging. Okay, so in order for me to want to do anything, it has to have purpose, it has to have meaning. And I had to go and find that again. And the more I thought about it, I recovered really quickly, and I was ready in time for my son and his own surgery and his recovery, where I had to give 100% in order to help him. That if I didn't have all of the support that I have using a natural solutions lifestyle with all these amazing oils at my fingertips for both myself and for my son, I can't say whether or not we would have had success in that outcome. And I want other people to feel that empowered, that you can go through this and you're going to come out on the other side. You know, I want them to have this confidence that there is hope, that there is something else you can turn to when the doctors are saying, well, we don't know what to tell you or what to do, that you do have other options and other choices. And so once I found that in my heart, that desire to share with people, because I really want them to feel empowered, I want them to feel hopeful, all of a sudden, it wasn't just an email. It wasn't just a post on Instagram or Facebook. It wasn't just, you know, sharing a sample and telling people the story and holding a class. It was, I want this for you. Like what I just went through was one of the most difficult things that anyone is being asked to go through. And yet I felt empowered through the whole thing. And that's what I want you to feel. And so that's why I share and I invite and I present and I enroll people and I get them started in this lifestyle and I help them, right? And so I'm 100% committed to the success of my own lifestyle choices and those of others, because I want that hope. I want that confidence. I want people to be a healer in their own home. So, you know, I'm agreeing the same way you guys are doing this. I am committing, you know, 20, 30 hours a week to doing this. And I am 100% all in, despite the fact that I have life going on around me. And so I invite you guys to really think about that for yourself. Are you being true to your own commitment? And are you all in? So what did we go through in lessons 3 and 4, right? We're doing 2 weeks at a time. So we keep learning that it's about living and loving a natural solutions lifestyle, right? That we are here establishing a healthy routine and living it. This not only helps you to walk your talk, but these self-care practices that we do, they're vital to running a thriving business, right? You know, we have to put out a lot of energy. There's a lot of things that we want to get done by the end of the week. And so we want to feel like we're flourishing. So we want to have optimum physical health. We want to have a way to break through emotional issues and, you know, really think clearly. And so the oils are there to help us have a foundation for health, but that foundation for health helps you have a healthier business, right? It's going to have a lasting impact in your life when you live and love a natural solutions lifestyle. We also learned that the names list that we create is dynamic, right? It is something that, you know, we're constantly adding people's name to it. We're constantly, okay, this person has something that they're going through, so now they need a different set of products. I need different education for them, right? And so contacting, you know, 2 people a day. There's 2 people a day, right? Monday to Friday, 10 people a week, right? So it's a one-on-one appointment. It's an online webinar. It's, you know, something that you host as a group. It could be something someone else hosts that you show up with, right? So whatever it is, it's just constantly, you know, managing the relationships in your life and helping other people have that hope and that confidence and using essential oils with the same confidence that you do. During week 3, we learned how to have better words for inviting people, right? This is a skill that we need to get better at, right? We kind of fumble sometimes through our own thoughts and our own words. And so inviting people to events or having the events or getting those enrollments, right? In this lesson, you'll learn scripts for better inviting, right? Like, well, what I do in our class is I address your very specific health concerns. And we use natural solutions like essential oils. I will tell you a little bit about doTERRA and their products and why they are different than anything else you can buy, right? I will help you figure out exactly which products are the best ones for you to get started with. And if you see something you like, I'll help you get it, but there's no pressure. If you don't want to buy anything, you don't have to. And so, it's just, it flows out of you very easily, right? Like, I'm here to serve you. How can I serve you? Right? I've had a lot of experiences. I use essential oils. This comes naturally to me. How can that experience, how can my education help and benefit you in your own situation, right? So finding those words, getting better at that script, right, is one of the key things that you'll learn in lesson 3. We also start improving our skill set of listening, right? When we listen better, it improves our attendance, right? More people want to come to your classes if they know that you're really listening to them, that you are paying attention, and that, what they say is important to you, right? It'll improve their engagement. It'll improve enrollments, right? So when we get better at listening, right, this is a relationship business. If you were in a relationship with somebody who you're talking to them at dinner and this is what they did the whole time, do you really feel that they're listening to you? Right? No, you don't feel heard. You don't feel that you're listening. And so one of the skill sets that we learn to get better at in lesson 3 is the skill set of listening. We also learned some effective follow-up techniques, right? How to do a reminder call and, send text messages, when to send them, what to say. There was a video by Kyle Kirschbaum about effective following up, right? Which one of those follow-ups includes offering a lifestyle overview, right? There's a video link in this lesson that takes you to Laura Jacobs walking you through the Live Guide and how to do a lifestyle overview. I'm telling you, by the time I finished watching that video, I was ready to re-enroll. And I already enrolled and I already used the products, but she did such a great job that I was ready to re-enroll. Now that's passion, right? That's what we want for our people. So if you didn't watch that one yet, I particularly recommend that, because lifestyle overviews are the things that you're going to do over and over again, right? You can also even just send them, right? This is one of my favorite videos, so why not just send that video to someone who's a prospect or a new member or even an existing member, right? It re-engaged me. It could do that for someone else in your team. So think of all the different people who might need to hear that new structure of living and loving a natural solutions lifestyle using the pyramid and what products are in each level of that pyramid. It's one of my favorites. Lesson 4, right? You are walked through actually hosting classes, and now you're doing all that follow-up, right? So you hosted a class, you're following up, you're checking in with your new enrollments. Did they get their kit? You're offering lifestyle overviews. You're following with people who came to the class but maybe weren't ready to enroll, scheduling one-on-ones with those people to help kind of close the loop, right? We gave them a lot of really good information and we got them excited, but it's like a dangling participle, right? Like they're not finished yet until they get oils in their home. So as you get busier, one of the skills that's really important to keep you on track is to do some time blocking and to really kind of say, okay, I'm going to block out 2 hours a day to make those follow-up phone calls. I'm going to block out an hour a day to follow up with people who got a kit and need some coaching. So whatever activities you need to do, it's best if you, kind of carve out some time in your very busy schedule to make sure that you're getting all of the pieces done. And then, of course, there's always what's the next event, right? You had your event, you're doing all this follow-up, but part of the dynamic of this business and this lifestyle is that we're always learning. Right? So we're going to schedule the next event. We're going to keep inviting people to come back, right? So, what would serve the people that you just enrolled the most, right? Maybe I have the workshop that I do, I've got my oils, now what, right? So it's about introducing your set of oils to a person, or doing that lifestyle overview, or maybe it's a heavier topic like explaining lifelong vitality, or maybe there was a lot of people there that have kids going back to college or school, and so maybe something that's about the immune system, right? So I always find a topic that I think would be valuable to the people that are in my team, right? So create that next event and keep on inviting. And we're sharing value, right? So I'm always learning more about the products. I'm always learning more about my own body. So there's always more to share with people, right? So it never gets stale, even though you have these, very particular classes that we offer over and over again, right? It's about, constantly learning a little bit more. When we go, like maybe you have, the top 10 oils 101. And then when you go into a deeper dive, right, a little advanced class, now we're still going to use the oils, but now we have a deeper appreciation for why they work and maybe what else they can do for us besides the 3 or 4 things that we grab lavender for this purpose. Well, now I can grab lavender for these 3 other things because now I've expanded my knowledge. And, we are a solutions provider. And that's what makes us better at sharing value, right? And so this lesson, right, lesson 4, is about, different videos that help us to be a better sharer, to go a little bit deeper into our own understanding, and to watch a few videos that help us learn a little bit more about the essential oils that we love and pass that on, and maybe to figure out how to do a personalized health plan, which is a lifestyle overview at a deeper level, right? We all have people who they really need a step-by-step program that kind of walks them through. I'm going to do this every morning, this every afternoon, this every evening. I'm going to do this for a week, and I'm going to add that in a week. And so developing a more specific personalized health plan with somebody is a skill. And that's what this whole program is. It's about improving your skills, improving their skills, right? And, it's about offering you, right? So you're offering your time, your service. This is not sales. I often, when people say to me, oh, do you sell doTERRA oils? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not a store. I do have oils in my home that I could lend you. And if you want to buy an oil, I would encourage you to create your own account, and then you can pay me back, right, when you get your stock, or you can have it shipped to my home. But I'm not a store, right? You buy your oils directly from doTERRA, and I am a value add onto that purchase, right? I help you, understand the oils that are in your home. I help you understand how to use them safely and effectively, how to create protocols, and how to kind of create a daily routine that's going to bring you to a very specific outcome, right? If you don't know what oils to buy in advance of your purchase, either your first purchase or a subsequent purchase, we might have a conversation that I help you figure out what oils that you want to bring into your home, and then help you create that daily routine based on that. I'm offering you me. All of my experiences, all of my education, all of my love, my heart. That's what you get in exchange for purchasing these products, right? And so I'm never feeling awkward about being salesy, because I know that I'm truly serving people, right? And that's one of the most amazing things about doing doTERRA as a business. doTERRA does all the customer service. They do all the sales fulfillment. They do all the returns. Like, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. They take care of even your taxes. When you sell a product retail, or, they are taking care of whether it's a taxable event or not. So I just love that they make it stress-free on me, right? And we have a 3-way relationship. doTERRA, the customer, and me, right? And so I love that. So, and again, there was lots of really great videos in the lesson 4. So are there any people who have been kind of working through, like you would have been doing week 3 and or week 4 activities? I'd like to offer you the opportunity to tell me, well, what was your favorite video? What was one of the concepts or skills that were the focus in these lessons, and how did it make you feel? If there's anyone on the call right now that'd like to share that.
Well, Terry, I planned a class last week with someone in my downline, Laura, and 3 people said yes, and one person canceled. The others were no-shows. And I had to think of James Bybee when he told his story in Manhattan, how he had Dr. Hill with him and no one showed, because Laura was a little bit, she's like upset that nobody showed. And it's really hot here. She had shorts on. She's like, I put on pants for this.
That was a really great story.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I told her it happened.
And, I do remember when I heard that story the first time. And so Dr. Hill is this amazing, valuable resource, right? And if I could have one-on-one time with him, who wouldn't go like, absolutely, I'll do whatever, right? And yet all the people who didn't come were unaware of the value that he offered. Otherwise, they would have been there. Mm-hmm. So I'm reminded of a saying that I say all the time, and I think that this would be appropriate to remind people. So just because the reader is illiterate does not negate the letter. I'm going to say that again, right? Just because the reader is illiterate does not negate the letter. That means that I have value to share, and even if you don't see it, doesn't mean that I don't have that value. And oftentimes, when people don't show up for us, we start to think, oh God, I'm not really good enough. What did I do wrong? Or, they didn't want to hear what I had to say. Like, we go into all these negative head talk. And so I remind myself with that saying that just because they can't see the value right now doesn't mean value doesn't exist. And so I love that you brought that story up, Pat, because it's so important to remember that, if people don't show up to an event, that's okay. So two things. So what's the first thing, right? You were the presenter?
Yes, Laura and I were doing this together.
And someone else was the host?
No, Laura and I were doing this together at my home.
Okay, so you were both hosts and you were going to co-present. Yeah. Okay, so you have this time now. Nobody showed up. What did you do with her?
We actually talked about that first, and then we were talking about her why and doing this as a business and how we can get her husband more involved, because he's got so many connections through the fire department and through a medical place that he works at for custom fitting braces and prosthetics. And she's not sure how he should approach that. But I also found out from her that she is a really, she goes out of her comfort zone to invite people, but she has done talks at work and leadership things. So
right.
She's really good at that.
So you turned that block of time from a class into a mentoring session, right? And so that's appropriate. I think we've all had that. I mean, Bernadette flew up from Virginia, and Debbie Nuzzi was having a class, and I was there, and Bernadette was there, and I think somebody else was there too, and nobody showed up. And it happens. I think we all have that story, and you turn it into an educational or a mentoring session for the people who are there, right? Maybe there's something that had to be in place, and then there's a message, right? There's always a message in the experience. And so when we get the gift, we get to move on. So what was the gift of that experience? Well, maybe there's a skill improvement in inviting. Or maybe we invited really well, but maybe we didn't do the follow-up reminder so well.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, like maybe we didn't personalize it enough, right? Because people will show up when it's about them, when there's something of value to them that they know, I'm going home with this, then they know that they are going to show up. So part of lessons 3 and 4 in this program are effective ways of improving that skill. And so when you go through the activities of these weeks, you're going to find that you get better at that skill of inviting, about sharing value, and about offering something of you that's going to be so valuable to that person that even if they can't show up, they're going to be like, all right, we have to make another appointment because I want what you have to offer, right? So thank you so much for sharing that, Ms. Pat. Anyone else have anything to share? Did they watch any of the videos or? Okay, so we'll move on. Week 5 is going to kind of, you know, it's the week where you've spent a month kind of setting things up, you've been preparing yourself, and you're now running events in full force, right? And so there are videos in this lesson plan that are about presenting, going over the materials that are in the class in the box, going over how to remind people 48 hours in advance of the event, and really kind of, you know, improving that skill of presenting and hosting a class. So there's at least 6 or 7 different videos that are going to help you do that better, right? Let me just think. Day 6, right? 10 minutes. Day 6 activity is just, do you have a chicken list? Do you even know what a chicken list is, right? It's a list of people who are so amazing that you're afraid to call them. So, you know, make a list of people who you think are so amazing that you're even afraid to call them. And then, you know, make a commitment that says you're going to call each of those people or call at least one person from that list and offer them a little piece of your heart, your education, your experience, and see how that might be able to help them, right? So, and then week 6, we go into doing so we learned about some activities in the first couple of lessons, right? We kind of prepped ourselves, and now in lesson 6, we're actually going to start doing them. And as we do them more, right, we invite, we present, and we enroll. We invite, we present, we enroll. And as we do it over and over again, we get better at it, right? We improve our skill. And the more we feel that we do it better, we want to do it more. And so it's kind of like fires it up, right? When you were first, like, I played baseball a lot. And, you know, I didn't really play it that great at first, but the more I learned, the better I got it, and the better I was, the more I wanted to play. And at one point in my life, I think I was on 4 different teams. I played a softball game pretty much every single night of the week. You know, double headers on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I played on a women's league on Mondays. And, you know, like, I was just constantly on the ball field because I felt so confident in my ability, and I really enjoyed it. It became fun. And so that's part of what you're going to learn in week 6 is, you know, building your skill set so much that you get really good at it, and that being good at it inspires you to want to do it more. And so there are videos in this lesson plan that kind of set you up for you know, wellness consults and how to schedule, blocking your time, inviting more, presenting a little more, and following up on those enrollments, right? So it's something that you're going to do, and you're going to get to breathe. We've done a really good job. So now, during week 6, right, as we're getting really good at this, we kind of scale up and we look at 6 daily questions, right? And so as we get there, every day you're going to ask yourself, who am I going to share oils with today, right? Because, you know, less than 2% of the people around you have essential oils in their home. So there's a vast majority of people who don't enjoy what you enjoy. Think of your life before doTERRA, right? Lots of people are living that life right now. And it's only for the fact that you will share with them that they will become aware that this is a possibility for them. So who will I share oils with today is one of the biggest questions, right? Lord, who will I serve today? Right? When I share an oil, I'm serving a piece of myself to them, right? So the second question is, well, who attended a class that I'm going to follow up with, right? Because there's lots of people who've been coming to classes, and whether they're a member or not a member, there may be a follow-up there, right? That there was something that, that they needed more information on, or maybe that they haven't enrolled yet and that they need a one-on-one, right? They need some private time with you to really figure out what's best for me, right? Number 3 is who has enrolled that I will help better understand loyalty rewards. Now, this is a really important one because lots of people enroll, right? They're passionate, they have an experience at a class, they love the oils, they buy them and they get them in their home, and then you can't even, follow up with them, right? It's like you can't get them to another class, you can't do a lifestyle overview, you can't even do a new member welcome with them because their life is so busy. And so there's lots of different skills that are offered in lessons 5 and 6 on how to make sure that we set our follow-up at the time of the enrollment, right? When you're enrolling somebody that night, we're going to put something on the calendar so that we have time for them and they have time for us. We want to make sure that they're using their products. Using the new Live Guide and watching that video that's in the lesson, I think lesson 3 and 4 that we went before with Laura Jacobs, doing a lifestyle overview, right? This is not an oil I'm going to buy once and use and take out of the closet once every 3 months, right? This is something I'm going to do every day, right? What are you willing to do to have what you want to have, right? These goals are pretty good goals in terms of, whether it's, losing weight or sleeping better or having less stress or improving your immune function, whatever that goal is, it requires a daily action. And doing that lifestyle overview is exactly what we need to do to tie that all up. And when we get someone to appreciate how loyalty rewards supports that daily routine, right? That, you could buy the things that you use all the time, like shampoo and soap and face cream and things like that, and be earning points, right? You're already spending money on those things now, but you can now put that, don't buy it at Costco and in Walmart, buy it from doTERRA. You're going to improve your health while you do that because they have essential oils in them. And then you're going to rack up all these points to buy some of the oils that maybe weren't in your budget before, right? It's a novel idea. So helping people understand the benefits of loyalty rewards, how much value is in that system. Money follows value. And when we can show them the value that loyalty rewards brings them, we know that they're going to join it. So that's a question we ask. Who is enrolled that is not yet on loyalty rewards? Who's using the products that loves them, is on loyalty rewards, that I need to introduce the business opportunity, right? Who are the people that could benefit by having a little extra income in their pocket? Or maybe they hate their job and this is a whole new way of them like shifting careers and being able to have time with their family and be the boss of their schedule. How many people wouldn't love that? Right? We offer them this great, big, fat, juicy chocolate chip cookie, right? Look at the cookie I have. Like, I love that I am my own boss. I love that I change lives and I get paid to do it. I'm like, so there are people out there who would also love that. So think of those people, right? Who's building the business that I'm going to support, right? Who in your team has said, yes, I do want to host a class and I am going to share with people and start creating a little team, and how we're going to help them do that, right? How we help them get better at who they are so that the gift of self that they give to their team is actually ever expanding upward, right? Who, spending time on myself, what am I going to read, watch, or listen to that will help me grow as a leader? Like every day, there's a little piece of me that's growing, right? So each one of these 6 daily questions is a list of names and people. And so spend 5 minutes a day. Who am I going to share with today? Who have I shared with before that I need to do a follow-up with, whether they're not a member or they are a member or they're on their journey and I need to kind of meet them where they are? And who are my business builders who really want me to help them see their power of influence in the world, their mission, their why? Let's go all the way back to my story at the beginning. There are people out there that are going through things in life like that that challenge their own ability to feel that there's a mission in their own life. And when you're supporting the business builders in your team, you're helping them find out just how powerful, it's a wonderful life experience, right? You have a lot of gifts to offer this world, and there's something unique that only you can bring to this world. And I'm here to help you find that. And hopefully that whatever that is, that doTERRA is the vehicle that fits in to help you bring that mission to life, right? Whether it's to give you the time freedom or the financial freedom to explore that mission, or maybe the two of them are heavily integrated, that I want to help people get out of addictions or pain management, or young mothers who or families that are torn apart. Whoever that mission is, that using the doTERRA products and using this lifestyle actually solves the problem head on. So great questions that you can ask. I will send this. They are in lesson 6 when you get to that, but I will also send this in the follow-up email. So, I'll remind you again that the doTERRA products provide the opportunity of a lifetime, right? They help us improve the quality of our life, and they have these incredible health benefits. And the doTERRA business opportunity is that. It's an opportunity. And we reap the benefits if we take advantage of the opportunity, right? When we use the products, if we have the products in our home and we don't open the cap, we are not actualizing the potential benefit that's sitting right there in our own home, right? When we live and love a natural solutions lifestyle, we're open to learning and to discovering about this new world, right? We do a little bit and we'll manage our symptoms. That's the minimum. We use essential oils every day and we start to create foundations for health. That's our target. And when we fully integrate living and loving a natural solutions lifestyle and engage everything we do in this mindset, then we're going to reap tremendous health benefits. And that's where we get outrageous. And the same thing happens when we're doing the business opportunity, right? You do a little bit of these activities and you're going to get some free products, maybe a little bit of cash, right? That's the minimum. When we're more intentional about, getting better at the skill of inviting, presenting, enrolling, and supporting our teams, then we enjoy this supplemental income that pays for our oils and then gives us a little extra cash in our pocket. And when we start to live it, that I am a solutions provider and I'm here to transform your life in whatever way you want it transformed, right? Then I become fully the leader that influences lives on a bigger scale. Every life I touch is transformed because of who I've chosen to be as a person. And that's outrageous. And that's what I want for every single one of us, that we live our purpose to the maximum, whatever that purpose is. And hopefully that doTERRA provides you with the foundation for health that gives you the energy to do it, that it is the foundation for the emotions to break through any limiting beliefs that you have, that it provides you with the time freedom and with the financial freedom to actually explore, yes, this is what I want to do. This is the gift I want to bring to the world. And so I'm so happy that you joined me here tonight. I'm going to stop the share and stop the recording and open it up for questions. So thanks very much for joining us.